friends, welcome to another episode of Killingly Public Library's craft videos. Today we're going to make a recipe box. Since this video is airing 1st of November, I thought it was a great time for the holidays approaching, Thanksgiving, or if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or anything, you know, you're always running across recipes maybe you want to store. So I'm using this as a recipe box, but you could also use it as a gift box if you wanted to fill it with some homemade treats and give it away as a gift. So anything that you want to do with it would be great. We're going to start with a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. I just grabbed something that was kind of fall inspired to match our theme, and my piece is just white on the back, but if you have something else, use whatever you have, but it does need to be 12 by 12. And we're going to start by scoring the paper at 3 inches and 9 inches. So take your ruler and you can use the back and mark little marks at 3 and 9 inches at the top and the bottom, so you can line the ruler up to meet that. I've already pre-scored at my 3 inch and my 9 inch mark, but you can take a few different things. I have a scoring tool, so I used that, but if you don't, you could use the ruler and the scissors closed up as a blunt tip to just kind of run down along the ruler and score. You could use the tip of a pen when the ink is not pushed out. You just run that down. I've got a paper clip here. You can run the edge of the paper clip down. You're at home, you probably have a knife from your cutlery set, not a sharp knife, but you know, the dull side. And use the back side where, you know, say this is your knife and this is the part you would normally cut with. Use the back side where it's just not going to damage the paper in any way, and just run that along. So those are a few options you can try. After we've scored at 3 inch and 9 inch, we're going to rotate the paper 90 degrees, and then we're going to score at 1 inch, 3.5 inch, 6.5 inch, and 9 inch. So we've got, I don't know if you can see the score lines at all in the video, but we've got them running every which way here. So we're going to now take our scissors and do some cutting. We're going to cut from the top here of the 3 inch mark, right through the 1 inch mark and right through the 3.5 inch mark, all the way down to the 6.5 inch mark. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on this side at the 9 inch mark, cutting through our 1 inch mark, our 3.5 inch mark, and our 6.5 inch mark. We'll stop. Okay, now we're going to turn it and cut up from the bottom. Cut up from the 3 inch mark up to the 9 inch here. Okay, so it should look something like this. You can see that. Okay, so we have this one middle strip here that's not cut, and that is in between the 6.5 and the 9 inch mark. So that's not cut. And now we're just going to cut this away here. So this was the 1 inch mark. So you can see here is my 1 inch score. Kind of fold it over if that helps. So we cut away this part here. And we're going to do the same on this side as well. Okay, and now we're going to fold on our score lines. Okay, everything's kind of folded, and you can see it's going to come together just lovely. We're just going to fold these flaps in like so and glue them to this more rectangular piece here. And I'm just going to use double-sided tape because I want it to dry quick for the video. And I don't need hot glue. I think that would make it too lumpy and bumpy, and this is just what we need. Okay, you can see how that is just glued in. And now I'm going to do the same to the back and bring this up. And you can see how it's already forming our box. So we're going to put some tape on these two flaps here and then bring this up into the glue. Okay. All right, my back side is glued in, and now I just have the top of the box. And I have a little bit of Velcro here. I'm just going to glue, well, actually it's peel and stick. It doesn't need to be glued, it'll glue itself. But I'm going to find a spot here and attach the Velcro and then put the lid down on top to make sure it seals to itself. And actually, I think I don't need quite as large of a piece of Velcro, so I'm just going to cut this in half. Okay. So I've stuck the Velcro down. The other piece of the Velcro is still in there, and I'm just going to peel off the sticky layer and then bring my lid down to stick it to the piece. There. So that's our box. I mean, it's pretty simple. And then you can just take the lid off here, and you can add your recipes if that's what you want to do. Make it a recipe box. If you wanted to make it a recipe box, you can certainly, I printed out on some paper the word recipe. I could glue that on if I'd like, just like so. I could also take another sheet of paper and accent with that, something that coordinates well with the paper that you've chosen, and add it on. So let's give it a try. So there's my little recipe box. What kind of yummy recipes will you be putting in yours? Or will you be using it as a little gift package? Well, whatever it is, I hope that you enjoyed this craft today. And if you're interested in sharing your finished project, I'd love to see them. Please share them with me at info@killinglypl.org. And until our next craft video, have a great day. Thanks so much for joining us today.